Happy Monday, friends, from Deacon Dave. We're having a good one over here at St. Mark. It's been sunny and quiet. We're kind of finishing up summer and looking ahead to the new program year, the new school year. I mean, it's going to be Christmas before we know it. So, welcome to a new web series that we started called Practices, which the beginning of the week we'll have a fun practice that was inspired by our Sunday worship in some way. Boy, we had a good one this week. We heard a great sermon from Pastor Christy and the Leadership Development and Educational Gift students. We read a little story called Too Many Carrots, and we were thinking about things that were valuable, right? And so this week that's our practice. We're going to invite you to make a list of the things that are most valuable in your life. It could be a top 5 or a top 10. Right, but take a little time, either in your journal or in a place where you like to keep your notes. Make a list of those things that are most valuable. And that could be a 5-minute practice. That could be a 10-minute. You may spend all week. Who knows? But just write down those things that are most valuable in your life. And after you do that, then come back to it and just notice how each of those things make you feel. Right. So for me, just real quick. The first thing that kind of came to my mind is a Star Wars Lego set that Thomas gave me for my birthday last year. Right? It sits on my dresser and I see it in the morning. And it just always kind of excites my imagination, right? To think about Star Wars and all the fun things that happen in the Star Wars world. Right, so that's one kind of thing, and right, like it makes me feel a certain way, right? But then another thing on my list, right, is Thomas, right? And my family, Sam and Christy, right? They're a super important, super valuable part of my life, right? And so they have a different kind of value, maybe even a greater value even, obviously, than a Lego set, right? So it's just really good to pay attention to that and to feel that today as I'm thinking about these things that are valuable in my life and how much richness there is in my life apart from kind of sometimes the things or the things that happen. So after you do that, you make that list of the things that are valuable, and you make and then you pay attention to how those things make you feel, right? You can just pay attention to what might inspire you from there, right? Anything you want to do differently, anything that you're inspired to, or that you want to pray about, or that you want to tell somebody else, right? And so, of course, then if you want to share this list, like at the dinner table, or you want to call somebody up and just talk to them about it, it could be a great conversation starter just to ask somebody else, what things are most important to them and to have that conversation. So lots of ways to practice this week around what's most valuable in our life, but this is a good one. I hope you take the time and you find something meaningful and rich in the process. Friends, we'll be thinking about you. You're certainly in our hearts and in our prayers. Have fun practicing this week.